Welcome everybody to our learning session. Great to see the group here and see that we're all sitting at tables with a diverse group of teachers. Some of them you may know and haven't seen for a while. Some of them you may never had a chance to meet. And so we'd like to start today by giving you a chance to know who's at your table. We're going to start off by asking that you do introductions. Your name, what you teach, and any other information in your profession that you would like to share. Then we're going to get into the real fun of it, which is what is the one thing that? And you're just going to slowly go down this bulleted list. What is the one thing that every single one of you have in common? What is one thing that only 4 of you have in common and the others don't? Only 2 of you have in common and the others don't. And finally, find something that only one of you has and that nobody else has in common with that one piece. We're going to put a clock on the screen to help us manage our time and have some fun getting to know each other. All right, so why don't we go around and share out something that you found at your conversations today. So you can pick a spokesperson to select one of the following bullets to share with the rest of us. Wow, a lot of great and fascinating people in this room. I love it. And we may ask ourselves, what brings us here today? It's this. Every day, we want to strive to give our students what our vision statement stands for. And our learning goals for today and tomorrow afternoon is to strengthen and fortify our ability to bring this vision statement to a reality. Valuing equitable learning environments that respect diversity, valuing intellectual, emotional, physical well-being, committed to empowering lifelong learners. What a better way to be able to empower lifelong learners and value the intellectual, emotional well-being, value equitable and diversity in your classroom by truly knowing the diverse demographics of your classes. Not treating it as a one size fits all. We all are the same, but we're different learners. We come from different backgrounds. We have diverse characteristics. And if we as teachers can have a stronger understanding of this data, then it can just help us better accomplish our vision statement. And so that leads us to our outcomes. Today, we're going to examine our course role overview so that we can get to know who's in our class. And then tomorrow, we're going to take this course role overview with our course team and create a student group that is focused on a critical learner that we can more easily track and proactively support. All of this is in line with the goals that we set as SAIL. Narrowing our opportunity and expectation gaps, providing equity for all of our learners with a specific focus for our critical learners. Using staff teams and teacher efficacy to support this. Today, we're in interdisciplinary teams, and tomorrow, we're in the same 4 classrooms, but tomorrow we'll be with our course teams. And using data as a way to inform us and strengthen our understanding of our class and our planning and assessments. And again, today and tomorrow, we acknowledge that you all are working hard. You guys are in your course teams working on curriculum and assessment and creating lessons. We appreciate that and have seen great effects because of that. Now, we want to support you and strengthen your practice even more with a new tool that just came out, DataZone. This is going to strengthen what you are doing to have a better understanding of the class and the students that you are planning for and working with, to support your work with more helpful data that can lead to stronger decision making. So let's go ahead and get started with DataZone. Like we said, today's goal is to create a course overview enrollment. The purpose of a course overview enrollment is to use it as a tool that gives us an understanding of the variety of students in our class. This mapping can help us plan for more effective instruction and assessments. It can help us modify teaching strategies according to the cross-section that we see. And we can use this to also understand some patterns and similarities and differences among our students. So let's get started. I want everybody to open up their devices, and this is where IST will take us through the data zone steps as admin walks around and supports. Okay, so we just got to our course overview enrollment. On this page, it breaks up our courses by demographics. You can scroll down and see a variety of demographics. You can click through the bottom toolbar here to have a better understanding of your your class demographics. You can click on pie wedges to see who are the students that are associated with that demographic. And as you're doing this, we're going to pass out an acronym terms and learning sheet so that you have reference on what some of these acronyms that you're looking at, their definitions are, and a place to keep some notes to help you think about their learning needs or something that you've learned from this interaction. We're also going to pass out a class profile sheet to help you digest some of this information that you're browsing through. So if you could just take a few moments as you're looking through your course information sheet and fill out the class profile sheet, we're sure that this is you're gonna find this useful for yourself. So go ahead and just take some time in getting to know your class. All right, this is great. Good conversations happening, great questions taking place. At this time, we want to focus on a couple of different topics. The first is the overall demographics of your class. I'd like you to think about the following prompts and then share them out at your table and learn as others are sharing them out. What surprises you about your demographics of your class? How do your demographics compare to your school demographics? You'll see at your table is a very colorful sheet that has a variety of graphs on it that represents our school demographics. So take some time to compare the school demographics to yours. If the demographics are not similar from your class to our school, using an equity lens, discuss with your team what systems or mindsets may be barriers to some of the students having access to our subject. And think about at our theater presentation earlier today, that picture of the students trying to look at the baseball game, but some of them had a fence that was angled and built so that they couldn't see, right? So those are the barriers of life in society. What systems may be barriers for those students having access? And lastly, with your table team, discuss strategies you have used that were successful with each demographic. And if you could write those on a Post-it note and then come on up to the front of the room and put those on the Post-it note. Okay, in closing, this part of our learning session today, we spent some time using data and the power of our interdisciplinary teams to focus on our class demographics, to have a better understanding of the diversity as well as the critical learners that are in this group. This course enrollment overview is a powerful tool that can inform and strengthen your practices as an individual and your discussions and decisions as a course team and moving forward, as well as being reflective on current assessments and instructional strategies that you are using. And think about what you need to better support your students and you. So with that, we'd like to have you think about what questions or